Welcome back to my channel. I'm Fawn. I'm your host and the creator of it'simplybecaus.com. And today I'm back with another installment of my micro Canva tutorial series. By micro tutorial, I mean bite-sized topics in bite-sized time frames. My goal is to keep all the tutorials in this series between 10 and 15 minutes when possible, but please understand that some topics will be complex and require more time. Small disclosure, this series is not for you if you consider yourself at an intermediate to expert level in Canva. This series is for you if you're at a beginner level in Canva looking for an easy way to learn how to get started. Today, in tutorial 7 of the Canva How-To micro tutorial series, I'm going to show you how to use lines and tables in Canva. I will only demonstrate this once using my Canva Pro account, since the process is the same whether you're using a free or a paid account in Canva. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm just using a blank 8.5 by 11 sized canvas, and I'm going to go to the elements on the tool panel on the left, and the first thing I'm going to do is work with lines. So if I were creating a printable that had maybe it was going to be a list, I could either use a table or create lines and space them out to make my printable. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So at face value, for me, this line is too big, it's too thick. So the things that you can change the color, you can change the size, which would be the line weight here. You can either manipulate it with this or just type it in. Typically, I stay at a 1 or a 2 when I'm making a printable. 1 is really thin, but I like it when I'm using the straight line, and I like using the dotted line. It looks nice when you're creating a journal printable. I like it. So those are some of the options with this tab here, the line style. If we move over, they have options for the endpoints of your lines. So that added the circle to the left-hand side. And that added an arrow to the right-hand side. So you can really do a lot of customization if you work with just the line. Then if I were going to create a list and I wanted multiple lines, I could just copy and paste several of them and space them about how I would want them to be. And I'm just going to kind of do this roughly. And then I'm going to grab all of them. And I'm going to go to position, and I'm going to go to tidy up. And see how nice that looks? So that is one way you can work with lines in your printables to make the list that you're creating or the design that you're creating look really nice and unique. So the next thing we're going to do is go back to elements on the tool bar to the left, and we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to the tables section. And I'm just going to click on the simple grid table, the first one. And it defaults to a 3x4 grid. Most of the time, I probably wouldn't use a 3-column grid, but it really depends. Like if I'm doing a calendar, I would obviously use more grids than this. For this example, I am going to show you how to get rid of a column if you don't need it. You just click on the column that you're wanting to remove, click on the 3 dots, and you can delete a column, or you could add a column, either one there. So I'm going to delete. And then the next thing that I want to show you is something that I actually had to learn the hard way because I didn't realize what was causing the issue for me making the spaces in the chart smaller. So when I was going to create my design using the tables, I was very frustrated because I couldn't get the table any smaller than like this, for example. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. It finally dawned on me that this table is meant to be typed into, and the minimum size of each space is based on your font size. So if you want your spacing in your table to be smaller, you have to reduce the font size here. And once you do that, you can reduce it smaller. I'm telling you, I felt like I was figured out a magic trick when I figured this out, because it was very frustrating that they give you access to these tables and it has such potential, but I couldn't make the table small enough and the spaces small enough that it was conducive to using it in my printables. But just keep in mind, if you have that same issue, you just want to go in and grab the whole table and reduce the size of your font so that you can, in turn, make the spaces in your table smaller. So if I were to space back out here where you can see, the table is a decent size. See? So the next thing would be, if I wanted to, let me get rid of this row here. If I want to use this table to create a list, I'm going to, where's the delete? There it is, delete column. The first thing I'm going to do is, I like the spacing on this, and it's easy just to use the table, and then I can also add, rows to this. So I really want to keep this table in the document that I'm using, but I want to get rid of the outside border. So what you would do is click on your design and select it, and go to this border grid up here in the top menu and click on it. And what we want to do is get rid of the outer borders. So I want to get rid of that, but as you can see, I just got rid of the inside ones. That's okay. So I want to get rid of the outside borders, click back on that one for the inside border, and then I'm going to click back on the black. Oh, and that was not right. So see, I messed it up. Let me click back on that. I'm going to click on the outside border. I see I did it in the right order, I think, that time. The only problem is I want this bottom border to stay. So we'll go back in and add that one back. There we go. And the good thing about this is these are evenly proportioned, but the spacing between them is the same. They're very, easy to use. They stay together. You don't have to group and ungroup. You can add to and delete very simply. You just have to know how to manipulate the borders to make it either just straight lines or whatever it is you're doing for your design. And you don't have to use black and white. It's like all the other designs. You can use, any choice of colors for your design. Then if you wanted to let's add some checkboxes. And one more. Then you have right there created the lines for your list and the little checkbox. I understand this is very rough design. However, it still works and you get the point. So regardless of whether you're using Canva Free or Canva Pro, the process is exactly the same. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave a comment. Thank you.